Morning, everybody. John Dutzman from the Miami Beach Crime Prevention and Awareness Group. I just wanted to give you guys a little report since we advocated for the city prosecutor, and you did get a report from the city attorney about the success in the first 3 weeks, but there's other tangible success that has happened that we've seen in courts. He's only been around, I think, 6 weeks. And we've had 3 guys decide to leave town because they face the city prosecutor for the first time ever for drinking in public. One guy is going back to Kentucky. He went to Kentucky. He was a chronic disorderly conduct, disorderly intox guy causing problems on Lincoln Road. He had 15 arrests. He's left town. Another guy, 10 arrests, conviction for threatening law enforcement. He left town on his own. And then a Jeffrey Harrison, who, with the assistance of the city, got a one-way ticket back to Tennessee. And he might become a statistic if he hadn't left town, because we've had about 16 to 17 people die of alcohol-related problems when the sun came up in Miami Beach. So we had 3 people leaving town. We have 2 stay-away orders from people, thanks to the city attorney, city prosecutor. One of the people violated it yesterday. We met with Kathy Rundle, the state attorney, Friday. They're going to enforce all of these violations of stay-aways as contempt of court. So this guy's looking at 180 days in jail. And we have another stay-away that came around yesterday against another problem guy. So this is beyond the stats that Raul submitted. This is actually what's physically happening out there. Any questions for? Or?
I have one thing I want to
Yes,
just,
sir.
John, I want to thank you, but I also want to acknowledge our state attorney. I know you all; she's been available to you.
Right.
You all have had good meetings with her, and I think we ought to acknowledge the fact that she's a partner in this in her official capacity. And you really, your group is an example of citizen activism that really has been very helpful to the safety and comfort of our residents, and more importantly, actually, our visitors, because those are really usually the intended objects of a lot of the predatory behavior that you're addressing. So thank you, and I'd like to publicly thank Kathy Fernandez-Rundle as well.
Right, I also want to mention there's a new judge, Joseph Mansfield, who is totally acknowledges the repeat offender problem. He has denied plea offers, many plea offers just this week alone, offered by the state. He says, no, this is not enough time based on this gentleman's record. And they're starting to get the message in the courtroom and hopefully in the street here.
Thank you.
Thanks, John. Yep.
Hi, my name's Mitch Novick. I'd like to publicly thank John Dutzman for the work he and his group have done on Miami Beach. In my 30 years here, no group has done more to improve public safety than John and his affiliates. My name is Mitch Novick. This would be my 4th or 5th consecutive February standing in front of the mayor and commission urging immediate action to address noise. And I'm referring to vehicular noise, and I'm referring to Ocean Drive noise. This past July, the Commission passed an ordinance putting restrictions on the noise. Great improvement in quality of life was realized overnight. However, I don't believe that has gone far enough. There's still what I deem in terms the carnival-like circus on Ocean Drive. The noise from the businesses I'm about to name, they're not bad businesses, but I strongly believe, and I think the facts have proven, that the noise needs to be abated further. The noise from the Palace, the Clevelander, Mango's, Ocean 10, and others really needs to be limited, restricted to the east side of the street, right across the street. If the noise should go beyond that, I believe those businesses should be subject to a violation. When I began my mission to improve Ocean Drive, I first and foremost stated generations of commissions have thrown millions at the police. And I've always stated, although crime is a police issue, without addressing the zoning, there could never be any improvement. Millions have been spent. It's time to get serious. And again, I urge you to abate the noise. It's the vehicular noise, and just restrict the noise a little further on Ocean Drive. I imagine that normalcy will return. We have spring break looming, and I can assure you it's going to get mad in a matter of a few weeks. And I think serious action is needed today. And I wanted to touch on the horrific death of Kamir Patel a few weeks back. I have to express I was dismayed that I didn't hear from any of you. The chief came out and his comments are commendable, but I was greatly disappointed. And on social media, what I see is pretty selfies of yourselves
Mitch,
We
I
had
donated to his funeral. I don't know
international
that I
media. We
owe
had an
you.
international media
I donated
all
to his
over
family,
town.
so I don't know what you're talking about.
Excuse me, Rick?
I donated to his funeral to his family, so I don't know that I owe you some kind of explanation.
As did
for
I.
that.
As
Okay,
did
so
I.
you're wrong.
But I would have expected and appreciated any comment from you guys. I believe that's part of your role as elected officials.
I think all of us posted on social media.
Okay. Thank you. Good
Thank
luck
you.
today.
Mitch, you don't get a right to spread falsehoods.
Okay, come on.
Ricky, there's no falsehoods there. Again, I'll post that wonderful picture of you and 5 other commissioners. I was greatly disappointed, as were other residents in the city. You could
Listen, I appreciate it. I don't want this, we're listening to you. I don't want to get into an argument back.
Okay.
Thank you.
I love you, Ricky. It's not, don't ever take anything I say personally. I just,
We're not.
like all of us, we want to improve, make the situation better.
We'll take it in that spirit. Thank you. Anyone else? Mr. Wallach.
Very quickly, David Wallach, Mango's Tropical Cafe. I'd just like to remind the Commission that there is an ordinance in place for ambient sidewalk speakers on Ocean Drive, and I believe that that law is being very well maintained. The Ocean Drive Commission, the Ocean Drive Association has worked extensively with the sound levels and walked and monitored. And the only live music cabaret district really in the state of Florida outside of theme parks is 1 block on Ocean Drive. It is from 9th Street now to the Palace. And it is visited and known throughout the entire world and visited by millions of people a year. The law that was enacted and that sunsetted was a very, very important move in that it did reestablish the norm of the volumes that music is played on Ocean Drive. What I would respectfully request is that all of you take any night of the week and just stroll the east side of Ocean Drive and see what you feel and your sensibilities tell you. If you feel offended by something, I would love to know about it, because if you do feel offended by something and feel that it's a serious problem, then I would love to be able to help fix that problem with you. So, but that would involve yourselves doing that, and I hope you do take the time to see what is the truth about music on Ocean Drive and the levels that it is truly being played at. Thank you.
Thank you. We have 4 more minutes.
Mayor, can I respond to Mr. Wallach's comments? It's the music. It's the noise. Noise attracts noise. And with that, it attracts riffraff, criminals, and I believe noise should be contained to the property lines. These businesses should be able to blast their music within the confines of their property. Again, it's the people we're attracting. I run a hotel. I deal with international travelers who've been coming here for decades. They all ask, what has happened to Ocean Drive? They're horrified by what they see. You need to abate that noise further, and equally important, address vehicular noise violations aggressively. Former Mayor Dermer had done that to great success. For whatever reason, that was done away with, and mayhem still occurs on our streets. Thank you.
Hey.